An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
In a few moments, the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Precisely 6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News edited by Danushka Madhavala, read by Sharifa Tahir. Headlines. The 20th Amendment to the Constitution will be debated in Parliament today and tomorrow. Minuwangoda COVID cluster increased to 2,342. 44,496 school children in the Gampaha district will be provided with a nutrition sack. U.S. State Secretary will visit Sri Lanka next week. Ratana Sutra will be chanted in all temples in the country at 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. on Friday under the leadership of the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. In foreign news, Vietnam faces deadly flooding disaster. Local news in detail. The 20th Amendment to the Constitution will be debated in Parliament today and tomorrow. The decision was made at the Parliament Committee meeting held under the leadership of the Speaker. The debate will take place from 10 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. today and tomorrow. The voting will take place after the debate tomorrow. Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa presented the Appropriation Draft Bill 2021 in Parliament yesterday. The adjournment debate was held yesterday on human-elephant conflict. Joining the debate, State Minister Vimalaveera Dissanayake said that 4,600 kilometers of electrified fence has been set up to prevent wild elephants entering human settlement areas. Over 4,000 employees have been deployed to control the human-elephant conflict. The Department of Government Information confirmed 180 more positive cases reported from the Minuwangoda Brandix coronavirus cluster. Army Commander Lieutenant General Shavendra Silva said that 37 among them are employees of the two factories situated in Katunayaka, and they have identified from the quarantine centers. The other 83 were from close contacts of those employees, and they have been identified from the society. This brings the total number of cases in the Minuwangoda cluster to 2,342. The program to provide a nutrition sack to 44,496 children at the Gampaha district affected by the quarantine curfew will commence today. Students of 245 schools in the district are eligible to receive the nutrition sack valued at 965 rupees. The government spends more than 40 million rupees in this regard. The inaugural ceremony will be held tomorrow at Minuwangoda Vidyavatta Sri Nagavanarama Primary School. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo will arrive to Sri Lanka on the 28th of this month. Ministry of Foreign Affairs announced that he will join bilateral talks in Colombo. Joint Cabinet spokesperson Minister Keheliya Rambukwala, speaking at the media briefing to announce cabinet decisions, said the U.S. Secretary of State's visit is confirmed. Pompeo will be in Sri Lanka after a 2-day visit to India. Ratana Sutra will be chanted in all temples in the country at 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 on Friday. This initiative is conducted under the leadership of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation with the support of the Ministry of Religious Affairs and the Department of Buddhist Affairs. The Ratana Sutra will be chanted to bless the people of this country. The chanting will be broadcast from Narayampita Abhayaramaya and Valukaramaya in Kolpiti. The SLBC requests all temples in the island to use loudspeakers to broadcast the chanting at a particular time. The Commissioner General of Examinations, B. Sanat Pujita, says evaluation of answer scripts of the scholarship examination will be held from the 22nd to the 25th, or rather the 27th of this month. It will be held in 39 centres island-wide except the Gampaha district and Kuliapitiya education zone. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation giving you the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999.
Continuing with more stories here at home, the Court of Appeal is scheduled to announce tomorrow whether to issue a restraining order preventing the re-arrest of Mr. Riaz Badiuddin, who is a brother of MP Rishad Badiuddin. The appeal court justices gave the order after considering a petition yesterday submitted by Mr. Riaz Badiuddin. Fort Magistrate Priyantha Liyanage ordered yesterday to remand another suspect until 27th of this month who aided and abetted former Minister Rishad Badiuddin to staying in hiding. It was revealed that the suspect has allowed Mr. Badiuddin to hide in his home and thereafter taken to a lady consultant doctor's house by a motor car. The government has decided to provide 5,000 rupees allowance from today to 72,345 low-income families in Minuwangoda, Divulapitiya and Veyangoda police areas in the Gampaha district where the curfew has been imposed due to the spread of COVID-19. Minister Prasanna Ranatunga said that the Ministry of Finance has allocated 400 million rupees for this purpose. Under the first phase of this program, the 5,000 rupees allowance will be given to 72,345 families in 5 villages where the curfew was initially imposed and mobility is restricted in the Minuwangoda, Divulapitiya and Veyangoda police divisions of the Minuwangoda, Divulapitiya, Attanagalla and Mirigama divisional secretariats. Gampaha District Secretary Sunil Jarat said the payment will be made under the coordination of the Samudra Development Department as followed in COVID Phase 1 and 2. And that's local news.
An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidamahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
And on the main news story, Co-Cabinet spokesman, Energy Minister Udaya Gamampila said that the Cabinet of Ministers approved a proposal made by the Environment Minister to ban single-use plastic and polythene from 1st of January next year. Speaking to the Cabinet media briefing held yesterday, Minister Gamampila said that the regulations such as a ban on the production of polythene of 20 microns or less, a ban on the manufacture of polythene food wrappers, and a ban on the burning of polythene in the open environment have been enacted with effect from September 1st, 2017 in order to reduce the environmental damage caused by polythene and plastics in the country. Steps have also been taken by the Central Environmental Authority to promote an alternative to the banned polythene while those regulations are in force.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya. Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhaleba.
And on Watchlight, University Grants Commission Chairman, Senior Professor Sampath Amaratungu said attention has been paid to conduct university exams online in the near future. He said discussions are ongoing at higher levels to make it fair for every undergraduate. He also said that a specific date has not been decided and discussions are taking place with university vice-chancellors assessing the pros and cons and practicability of online evaluation methods. And on world news, headlines: Vietnam faces deadly flooding disaster, says Red Cross. In the Taliban conflict, Afghan fears rise as US ends its longest war. Journalist's fiancé sues Saudi crown prince. Millions of people in Vietnam face a deadly double disaster as the country, already suffering from the impact of COVID-19, battles its worst floods for decades, the Red Cross says. Flooding and landslides this month have killed over 100 people, many of them soldiers, and left dozens more missing. Everywhere we look, homes, roads and infrastructure have been submerged, the Red Cross said in a statement. Vietnam has been severely hit by rainfall in recent weeks. More rain is expected in the coming days, raising fears that flood waters could rise further. The Taliban are advancing while peace talks stall. What are the chances of peace once the last US-led NATO forces leave? As Desert looks at a critical time for Afghanistan, the simple monument is stark and sharp-edged, a pointed block of black veined marble, memorializing a dark chapter in northern Afghanistan during a momentous history. At this hour, as America edges closer to ending its longest war, it seemed fitting that a visiting delegation of senior American and Afghan military officers should pause at the spot to acknowledge a 32-year-old CIA officer's first U.S. casualty in the war to topple the Taliban in 2001. Finally, on world news, the fiancé of slain Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi has filed a lawsuit against Saudi Arabia's crown prince, accusing him of ordering the killing. Hatis Sengiz and the rights group Khashoggi, formed before his death, are pursuing Mohammed bin Salman and more than 20 others for unspecified damages. Khashoggi was killed by a team of Saudi agents during a visit to the kingdom's consulate in Istanbul, Turkey, in 2018. The Crown Prince has denied ordering the killing. Khashoggi was a prominent critic of the Saudi government and had been living in self-imposed exile in the US, frequently writing for the Washington Post. In the civil lawsuit filed in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday, Turkish citizen Ms. Sengiz claims personal injury and financial losses over Khashoggi's death. And that's on World News.
Development News is brought to you by...
My wife always sets a full lunch table, even if it's just the two of us. She always expects people to drop by, like maybe the army.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others. When we get Munchie's Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves. Munchie's Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikang neve.
And on development news, the Violet Chennai paper mill, which has stalled operations for 26 years and resumed recently, has targeted 100 tons a day in the near future. Chairman of the National Paper Company Limited, Vimal Rupasinghe, said that after 26 years, they have commenced production on a small scale and they're manufacturing around 20 to 25 tons daily. They hope to go up to 100 tons a day with an 800 million rupee loan. He explained that the company had also applied for a treasury guarantee for 800 million rupees and would be raising the funds through the People's Bank. There are around 80 employees at the Violet Chennai factory, and he said they would increase the staff up to 400 when reached the 100 tons daily production.
When Tati bought a new family car, it wasn't just for the four of us.
It's a 10-seater van. Enough for friends and relatives too.
Me insisted on building an extra room in our new house. Well, you never know who'll come to stay. We need more pillows too.
When I was studying late, Nangi would come by to help.
No, I don't know physics, but I do know you need a Munchie Super Cream Cracker.
In whatever we do, we Sri Lankans are always thinking of others.
When we get Munchie Super Cream Crackers, they're not just for ourselves.
Munchie Super Cream Cracker. Super kiyanne nikan neveyi.
Sports News is brought to you by
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
And on sports news, soccer. Lionel Messi scored in a joint record 16th Champions League season, and 17-year-old Pedri netted his first senior goal as Barcelona beat Ferencvaros. Messi struck from the penalty spot to give Barca the lead after he was felled at the end of a weaving run.
Hey guys, we've got our very own Queen Bear here to review something for us.
Okay, here we go. It's the right amount of crunch and OMG, so much chocolate. The texture is so good. It's creamy and velvety and just so much chocolate. The packaging is super cool and new and there's like so much chocolate. And OMG, the taste, it tastes like so good and there's so much chocolate. Like with every bite. 10 out of 10 for me.
Munchie Chocolate Cream Biscuit. Chocolate in every bite.
Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The U.S. government has filed charges against Google, accusing the company of violating competition law to preserve its monopoly over internet searches and online advertising. The lawsuit marks the biggest challenge brought by U.S. regulators against a major tech company in years. It follows more than a year of investigation and comes as the biggest tech firms face intense scrutiny of their practices at home and abroad. Google called the case deeply flawed. The company has maintained that its sector remains intensely competitive and that its practices put customers first.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The wait is over and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSV Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSV Wings. Recharge the high goals.
Economic news, courtesy of
Just Move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions. LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
And on economic news, the International Monetary Fund says Sri Lanka's expected gross domestic product could shrink 4.6% for 2020, up from 0.5% predicted earlier, though it expects the global economy to fare better. However, the IMF says growth would recover to 5.3% in 2021. Global growth is projected at minus 4.4% in 2020, a less severe contraction than update. The revision reflects better than anticipated second quarter GDP outturns, mostly in advanced economies, where activity began to improve sooner than expected after lockdowns were scaled back in May and June, as well as indicators of a stronger recovery in the third quarter.
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
And on the weather update, showers will occur at several places in western and Sabaragamu provinces and in Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Mathura districts. Gusty winds about 50 km per hour can be expected in North Central province and in Trincomalee, Mathura and Hambantota districts and in the western slopes of the Central Hills.